Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. I have yet another installment on my police, riot, trench, home security style shotguns. This is my Savage Stevens. It says Stevens on it, but depending on where you look, you find information that it's a Savage or a Stevens. At any rate, it's a Model 350 bottom feed, bottom eject shotgun, just like an Ithaca Model 37. This is a copy of an Ithaca 37. Not quite as refined. It has a nice short 18.5-inch barrel. I think it has a 6-shot magazine tube. Bottom feed, bottom eject. It has rifle sights in the rear that are fully adjustable for windage and elevation, and it has a fiber optic front sight. Like I said, the fit and finish on this is not as good as a Ithaca Model 37. It doesn't have all the chamfering on the receiver and things like that. It's just like a black nitride finish, very inexpensive. However, it is the same design, bottom feed, bottom eject, and the trigger on this is really heavy and doesn't have a definitive wall, so it's just kind of mushy and then it breaks. I have not shot this yet because just the timing of when I purchased it, I did not have the time to shoot it. So today is going to be my first time shooting it. Now these bottom feed, bottom eject shotguns, to fully load them, you basically have to put one in the magazine tube, rack the action to put one inside the chamber, then you top off the magazine tube from the bottom. And again, they are bottom feed, bottom eject. Now, I did a video on bottom feed, bottom eject shotguns recently that talked all about the lineage going all the way back to 1908 with the Remington Model 10. And somebody asked me a question in that video, if this shotgun slam fires. I don't think so, because that technology, or I should say that functionality, went away kind of in the late 70s, early 80s in most shotguns. But we're going to test it anyway. But I don't think it slam fires. Let's go ahead and see how this thing functions. Ooh, I really, really like those sights. This might be a great slug gun or buckshot for 20 to 30 yards. That trigger's awful. Uh-oh.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You can't see my frustration here, but I was not happy. This is exactly why I said at the beginning of the video, this is made in the likeness of the Ithaca Model 37, but it may not be up to the same quality standards as the Ithaca. As it is sometimes, you may have malfunctions, especially with poorly made guns from other countries. This is manufactured in China, unlike the Ithaca Model 37 that was made in the US. And I'm not trying to say that all guns made in China are bad. That couldn't be further from the truth. But in this particular case, this gun is not nearly as good as its American counterpart. And the action on this gun is not very smooth to begin with. The trigger is very heavy, so you saw me flinch a couple of times. I think with enough rounds through this, it might smooth out, but the problem I have right now, there's a spent shell in the chamber that's stuck in the chamber. Now these are reloads that I'm shooting, so I can't really fault the gun if these get stuck. Oftentimes reloads are really crappy. Good thing is, this style shotgun, you can just take the barrel right off, quarter turn to unlock it. That spent shell is stuck in here, so I can ram it out. And then the shell that was in the chamber, or in the action ready to be loaded, basically just falls out. So let me get a knife or something. Oh, knife, yep. Get this guy out. I'm doing this all in real time so you can see the issues I have, if I have any. In this case I did. Yeah, this guy's in there. Well, I'm gonna have to get a cleaning rod. Let me come back and do that. Well, I can't really fault the gun for that. These are probably some of the oldest reloads that I've done. I think I've reloaded these shells 3 or 4 times. I don't have a lot of factory loads with me. I do have some Captor buckshot and some Cactor slugs, and I've had people ask me to test these out because I did a video when I purchased them a while back and I never did a review on them. So far, I've shot a whole bunch of them and they've cycled in 3 different pump actions that I have. So this will be number 4. And let's just see how they go. So, whoops, not following my own rules here. All right, so that was buckshot, slug, buckshot, slug, buckshot, slug. And this is going to be punishing because this is a pretty lightweight stock. So this holds 5 in the mag tube and 1 in the chamber for a total of 6. Now I'm alternating buck and slug. Let's hope this thing cycles. Well, it does not appear that the issue is solely with my reloads, because I just had it happen with factory loads. So this shotgun might need a little bit of work. Now I don't carry a lot of tools with me, but I do carry cleaning rods just for situations like this. I don't know if the issue is the extractor is not gripping the round or what. But again, the one good thing about this is you can get that round off of the extractor, just kind of falls out of the action. Of course, now I got one ready to go in that I don't want to go in. All right. So the safety is on. Put the barrel back in. Let's try this again. I don't know if it's an extractor or an ejector issue. I think it's an extractor issue because it's not allowing it. It's not allowing it to pull the round out of the chamber. So it could be that the barrel isn't quite clocked right, or it could have a weak ejector spring on the bolt. I don't know. Let's try to get through a whole magazine here. Well, it's far from smooth. It's far from perfect. I think a lot of it is just that it's a new gun. You can feel the grit in the action. The trigger on this thing is terrible. I mean, it must be, I'm gonna have to measure the trigger weight on this, but it kind of like hinges up, and whatever the spring they have in there, it's gotta be like 15 pounds. And there is no wall. You just pull, it's creep, 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 bang. And that's why you can see me when it goes empty, I really dip down. Yeah, it's not a great trigger. I'm just gonna do a couple more here and then finish the video out. So I got a couple more, one more slug, one more buckshot, and then just some more of my reloads. But I think in order for me to be comfortable with this being a reliable gun, I'll have to put 300, 400, 500 rounds through it, really get it broken in and working better before I'll say that it's 100% reliable. It's probably going to go in my secondary safe. I had it in my primary safe just because I hadn't done this video yet, but I think now, knowing that it doesn't function perfectly, it's going to go in my secondary safe until I can get the time to really go through it and figure out why it doesn't work 100%. But at any rate, thanks again for watching another installment on my Riot police home defense style shotguns or trench style shotguns. This is the Stevens Savage Model 350 pump action 12 gauge. It's not perfect. It does work okay. I think, like I said, with a lot more cycling, it'll work a lot better. But have a great day. God bless America. Support your 2A rights. Get out there and shoot. And you remember, if someone asks you to give up some of your freedom for the greater good, remind them that freedom is always the greater good.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Not great. Not great. Sometimes you know why guns get traded in. I know why this one got traded in. It's unreliable. Maybe I can finish the outro again this time. So you remember, if somebody tells you to give up some of your freedom for the greater good, remind them that freedom is always the greater good. Just make sure you have a more reliable shotgun than this one.